Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and I'm back on my bullshit about the lore of Elden Ring. Last time, we finished up the story of Limgrave. Not completely telling the whole story of everything here, but the general gist of the movements of why things are going awry in that area. So, with that story told, we'll be moving on. This playthrough is also a bit of an experiment for me to explore areas and sort of see what happens when you don't kill some of the bosses. So like, we've reached up to the boss, but as far as actually killing them, no. Godric is still alive, stuck in his castle, harping and yelling on because he got beat by Melania. Speaking of, yet another monument. And what does this one signify? Lord Godfrey, at last, at the end of his campaign, his golden armies unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered and faded. So this is as far as he got before everything fell apart. Oh, Anastasia, the tarnished Eater. Eh. Yep. Because I'm dicking around and I'm not taking it seriously. Okay. To be honest, I zoomed in. I meant to hit L2 to do the barrage skill. But we'll just head back to our staff. Okay. So, last time, like I said, I was deciding on which area to go to next. Now, under most plague conditions, you'll go get up through Stormvale, and then most people head into Liurnia. Which is kind of why I wanted to come here. Do something a little different. See how close to the bosses I can get. Plus, in this eastern part of the continent past Limgrave, there's a lot to see and talk about. The story is quite different than you might expect. But first, they knock you off your horse. Here we go. I don't want to activate that Lost Grace until I get rid of Anastasia here. Yep. Ow. Yep. I do love that I do honestly adore that she has that front slam. Something you'll see. Yep. Nice. There we go. Nice. Yeah, and I'll use Magic Blip. Okay. There we go. I was playing around with her too much. The Sacred Scorpion Charm. I need to go down. Raises holy attack, but lowers damage negation. A talisman carried by assassins who strike unseen, patterned on a scorpion freshly shed of its exoskeleton, its claws seizing a heart with a blessed glow. So a scorpion ripping out the heart of something. But yeah, and you only have to kill Anastasia once. Past then, you have access to this. But understand that this country was untamed. This area never fell under the control of Godfrey. This was utterly unwild and untamed, and brings us closer to Garank, the beast clergyman in the bestial sanctum. So keep that in mind as we move forward. Cookbook from both nomadic warriors and missionaries alike. "14 was poison. I think it was silver pickled fowlfoot. So now we can make them using silver fireflies and the 4-foot fouled. So basically bird limbs. In addition, yeah, poison arrows and poison bolts will obviously come in handy. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be entering a new area with both a whole new and a whole different story to tell. Be prepared, because the challenges you face in this game vary greatly by region. Yeah. Alright. One thing, and remember, though they may look skeletal, a lot of the enemies here will bleed. Drawstick lightning grease. Lightning being the favored weapon of certain dragon types. Of certain holy types, rather. Faded Erdleaf flower, which is different than the regular Erdleaf flower we've been seeing up to this point. Where is it? Yeah. A dusky yellow flower that has started to fade brown, found throughout the lands between, material used for crafting, said to be fed by leaves that fell from the Erd tree in days of antiquity. An Erd leaf flower that has faded to pale scarlet, found blooming in rotten lands, said to be fed by leaves that fell from the Erd tree in days of antiquity. So, what that tells us is the scarlet rot, something we will become infinitely familiar with soon, was the cause, affected even the Erd tree. So potent is its infectious rot. Now, as we're close to another minor Erd tree, that music. Ooh. Yeah. These guys will even hurt themselves to do whatever it takes to kill you. So under no conditions should you underestimate their resolve. they will try to kill you with every ounce of the power they have. Oop. Sorry about that, folks. Just making sure it's nothing important. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, like I said before, using the claws here to maximum bleed, because the claws are faster, and enemies like the Guardians here are fairly quick. So sometimes having the speed of a swing is better than the power of that hammer. Oh yeah. Yep. Love it. Now that works against these guys, but, well, it won't work for everyone. And be prepared. You want, and going down here, you probably do want to take most of these guys out. The fewer of them there are, the better off your chances. Just being honest. Because there's another one of these tree rot guardians. One of these guardians. Nope. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Two of them. Alright, feel better doing that. Engage only when it really benefits you. This one's got golden colored eyes, which usually means they're worth a little more. So, alright. And never forget that worst case scenario. You always have chuckables. So, not horrible. The Guardian Mask. Worn by the Guardians of Minor Erd Trees. In accordance with an ancient pact with the Erd Tree, it is said that their deaths led not to destruction, but instead to renewed eternal life as guardians. So, more than likely, their process of becoming these guardians probably is similar to our own status as Tarnished, where effectively we're bonded with some other force. The Minor Erd-Tree here in Caelid. Well, let's see what we can do with this. Alright. Now, in this fight, I probably would stick with the mace. As this doesn't strike me as something that's going to bleed. Yep. Boy. Alright. Now this is where you want to be. Ow. There's one of its most dangerous attacks where it just spreads Scarlet Rot everywhere. And look what it does. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Yep. And it's just going to keep using this attack. Yeah. Okay. Nope. And that's where you want to run. And lead it away, because that Scarlet Rot won't go away for a bit. Yep. Yep. And this is where you run away. Boy, okay. Managed to take it on the shield. And again, knowing when to just run the hell away is going to be critical. And get some distance between you if you can. Yeah, because those lasers are coming. Okay. So, that went about as well as could be expected. Well, I have the chuckables still, so might as well throw some fire bombs at him. They do heal. I believe they do heal periodically. So. If you leave them alone, too. But like you see, if you can get around the tree, yep, and that's going to be game. He does burn, though. That's a good thing to note about this. Fire damage is what you want here. Okay. Timing your rolls is key. Okay, this you just get the hell away from. There's no... no matter how good your Scarlet Rot resist is, you just want to be the hell away from that. Okay. Same thing again. Just lead him around the tree. Ow. Yeah. Switch back to... Yeah, I'm switching back to the bow. Even while I'm fighting. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Okay. Okay. See if I can get near. Okay. Fire arrows. Do decent damage. And again, just lead him as a merry chase around the tree. That's your entire point in this fight. In this particular case... Yep. Fire damage is your best friend in... Alright. Yep. Nope. 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 Okay. Like I said, fire damage is your best friend here in Caelid. Putrid Avatar. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Watch your stamina. Try and get as much distance as you can when those light show starts. You can do this, little by little. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make in these games is getting frenzied. Picking your opponent apart, little by little, is usually the best method of combat. Especially if you're like me and like the challenge of doing it. Green Burst and Flame Shrouding Crack Tier. If you're one of those people like me who loves the thrill of doing it solo, using every resource you have to push yourself as far as you can go. Good fight. And the items we did get. The Green Burst. Boost your recovery speed, not just the recovery. And then fire attacks, temporarily boost fire attacks, so you can get even more damage. Alright. And back hidden behind here is a catacomb. I want to... What am I thinking of? Oh, that's why I wanted to check how much for a level. Okay. We'll be able to at least get the first level. So... More magic? Nah, more dexterity. Alright. Now the minor Erdtree catacombs. Let's see how far we get. Oh, probably when they put the lamp on. And that's a thing to note. Right now there's two ways to go. Your initial instinct is to run forward, but... Time for running. Yeah. Here they come. Yep. Yep. Exactly what you're expecting. But, like I said, yeah, no. Let's see. Ow. Yeah, they ain't that weak to magic damage. How about... No. Resist slashing, too. Well, as I said before, we're jumping out of order a bit, so not everything's going to be possible for us. And while I could run through, generally speaking, it's not going to be worth it right now. Like I said, fire damage is where you really are going to shine here in Caelid. But I want to show off why. That's a thing. Also, take a look at all these jars. And there are a lot of jars here. Many of them with their arms broken off. Rotted and destroyed and smashed. Yet, the biggest one still sits up there, arms folded, ready to tip for all comers. Who or what is it? What are any of these jars? And why do we only see them? The living jars are kind of an odd thing. After all... Oh wow, what does someone say? Precious item ahead. So long as you have the guts to walk out over death. Control. Yep, as one would expect a crackpot. So one more charge and one more jar we can make. The water is beautiful, but it's instant death, so... And it is worth noting, the sockets for the arms are there, like the stumps. So these jars had their arms broken off, or rotted away. So this wasn't a case of... This isn't a case of these arms were taken or destroyed, no. They rotted off. Well, they call it scarlet rot for a reason, right? Yep. And we'll ignore the guardians on our way out. After all, at least that does explain why the guardians there... why all the guardians basically have trees growing out of them. They're a version of us tarnished, who basically are ow. Man, these guys hurt more than I thought. I forgot how much the dogs around here hurt. Ow. Well, that's one. Yeah. I think we're gonna really need some fire damage. Yeah. So, as much as I would love to explore Caelid more, I don't think we'll be able to get into its story and lore really well. You know, until we have good fire damage. One thing I can do, though, in the meantime, is activate this. A nascent butterfly. And a ghost? It's all rotting scarlet. However, it's interesting to note, this area would never truly came under control of the Golden Order. Godfrey never faced the major threats. Thus, they still linger. And of course, I'm talking about these giant birds that bizarrely have teeth and it lining their beak. Yeah, no. Note the trees all have fungus and spores. The hounds are all rotting and desperate. Yeah. We'll need fire to cleanse this place. We'll need a source of fire, which we do not have access to. So, and though this is the point that tells us we need to go further east. But I don't think we have the strength to do so. So let us return to the west. Yeah. I think Liurnia's lakeshore will be a good place to begin. And here's where we'll find a very different place than where we've been. Still lush. And I forget if I did bought everything I wanted off of you.
Ah, back again, are we? Not everyone can tell how good my wares are. You've a discerning eye, you have.
Perhaps. More smithing stones. Picked up the cookbook he had. Do I want an astrologer's staff? The astrologer set. The night sky no longer cradles fate. Oh, what the hell. I believe the astrologer staff, yeah, it doesn't have any passive effect. So, this one drives us north. Oh. Let's take a look around, see what we can find. A lake. Another one of those squirts. Yeah, there's several of them, but they don't seem particularly noteworthy. I love the atmosphere, how well this game, even for being open world, can hit you at atmospheric points, making you feel lost in it. Shore to the other pretty easily. This lake doesn't seem particularly... Okay, so we're almost towards the map. Ah, we're reaching that part. Okay, folks, say hello to one of the two reasons this area can suck. Giant lobsters. They're more dangerous than they sound. Okay. And these are decayed sorcerers. Ray violets, what we normally find in catacombs. And a map of Liurnia, the eastern part of it at least. Yep, we now have a fuller picture. But that still leaves us with some huge areas. Though the eastern part of Liurnia seems to stretch quite a ways. These casters seem to... Dark balls of fire. And they're called by chimes, so that typically means that's a faith spell, a miracle. There's more of them lying in ambush. What's more interesting about them is the fact that they have so many arms and covered with shrouds to hide this fact. So what would they really be? Well, there's back in the castle Godric the Grafted. So one would believe these guys are just more grafted sorts. That's another group down. And one even on a horse. And who per se? He's spreading mist. Okay, so can't ignore him completely. And he's just casting the spell as he runs. Interesting. Again, faith-based casters. Alright. And another area of lost grace. Telling us to head further north. Glintstone Craftsman Workbook. Let's see. Freezing Grease. So that would allow us Yep. Inflicting frost damage. You ever take a moment and look at the lost grace? It seems like the particles of grace that they're holding on to, they aren't leaving or dancing. They're simply being directed. As if a finger is being held out. In fact, if you look at it, the arch of it looks almost like a finger. Like one is pointing at something. One only has to wonder. The Lasciar Ruins. Beautiful, especially at night. Yeah, you're gonna want Eggball for this. I'm just not even gonna hold up and pretend. Because this is gonna suck. Alright, let's do it. There it is. More of those grafted monsters. Yep! Ow! Man, that hurt. Man, I forget how far he can lunge. And yes, it can teleport, it can lunge, it just sucks. Yep! Gods, that hurts. Yep. Oh, man. These things never get any easier. Yeah, his range is ridiculous. And yeah, yep. And yes, they have these shots. Yeah. Ow. Yeah. I mean, you can always just go around, but where's the fun in that? But yeah, I just have to show off. That sucks. Alright. Let me skip my runes back. Yep. Ow, ow. There is no good way to fight this thing as far as I'm aware. Yep, and they're just there to slow you down so he gets the kill shot. Yeah. There it is. And again, he teleports. Yeah. And look how long that bile lasts. Yeah. And he has the teleport. And has way too much HP. Yep, and when he teleports... Yep. And we'll get off you. Yep. Yeah, folks. There are certain parts of this area that just suck. It's why I made sure to die over here. But yeah, bear in mind, the upside to the way this game is designed is that you are never required to deal with that. So, let's not. Just that simple. Pick another way around. There will be plenty of them. Crystal buds. Alright, now back towards this way. I remember seeing a vent leading us to the top part of the plateau. And another jail. The Malefactor's Evergoal. Especially because, if you know this, didn't know this, there was an item. There it is. Down here. A sacrificial twig. Yeah. When you want to get your money back, that can be quite useful. Nope. And yeah, another one of those casters was sitting on that rock, but don't need to worry about him too much. You'll note that the music is far more ominous here. Alright. So let's see. Bear in mind that we do have some of the map for this western side of Liurnia. Oh, now these are new enemies. Using chains. Interesting. Well, doesn't look like there's a good way to fight them on horseback, so they're a little too small. Now these guys fight kind of like the beastmen in that they look like they're going to try and ambush you. Yep. Alright. Nice. Oh, they bleed. And they seem to be interested in jumping on our head. Being as small as they are, I imagine that's a viable. Yep. And that jump seems to be a good time to get them. Though they seem to also love to inflict bleed. I assume the smoke is meant, if it gets thick enough, will block your vision. There we go. Oh, another one. Wow, there was a ton of these guys. Huh. Wonder what they're called. Maybe pygmies? Ah, it's starting to rain. And I believe it is legitimate rain. It's a little more common here on the lake. Whereas, like, the Weeping Plateau, it was always raining. Here, I think it's just periodic. Alright. Why am I getting memories? Like there's something around here. Another ambush, that's why. Yeah. That's what it was. Okay. Like, there's something about this area I'd remembered. Several ambushes of these guys. There we go. They're not fantastic runes, but for the trouble they present, they're a decent payout. Should be enough to draw them out. Yeah. Yep. Over here. Nope. That should be enough. Okay. That one with the axe is pretty dangerous. Wow, you got some real airtime with that scythe. Okay. I was gonna say, I remember this area for some reason. Yeah, lots of ambushes. Most of which I just walked through. Nice. And that's the sign that I got the last one of this group. And there seems to be a big temple up there on the mountainside. But doesn't look like there's any real good way to get there. I'll let him. Wow. I've definitely dealt with worse. Ballista bolts. All the way out here. Wonder who they were supposed to be delivering them to. Trying to think of any place that uses ballista bolts out here. They might have just been on their way to Limsgrave, though. Like we saw, there are plenty of bolts there. And the bolts aren't really an MO for any of the places around here. At least ballista-sized ones. Remember how I was mentioning that we were going to need some fire? Well, these guys look like they have some to spare. Oof. Oof, that mace. Yep. Fanatics of the Flame, huh? Well... that should be fun. Yeah, that worked out nicely. And even full on the heal. Wow. The monk's flame lance on the right on the first shot. Battle hammer made to resemble flickering flames. Signature weapon of fire monks who hail from the mountain tops of the giants. The unique strong attack rouses fiery combative spirit. So, you'd need 13 strength and 13 dex. That's one more strength from us. Well, that might be worth considering. Oh. Okay. That should be enough to get him over. Yep. That should be nice. Oh, I wish... One thing I do hate is I wish these guys died more front-facing so you get a look. Because their faces, there are largely... They're a unique facial design, I'll say that way. Alright, well, might as well get our knight friend out. Give us a hand. And that was the last of them. More scorching butterflies. Smoldering, sorry. Fire spur me. And the Fire Monk's Prayer Book. Where is it? Okay, yeah, there it is. Prayer Book of the Fire Monks who came from the mountaintops of the giants to the far north. Can be given to a learned cleric to give access to the following incantations. O Flame and Surge, O Flame. Note the unique design they have and the place they worship. It looks like a face with a fire burning atop it. Somewhat of a unique design, wouldn't you say? Let's see. Well, this is as far as the map goes on the eastern shore. Well, there's a very obvious reason why. Ow. Yeah. Boy. Come on. There we go. Yeah, things hurt here a bit more. This is where you're going to need... Basically, when you get into a region, my suggestion is start pumping HP till you feel comfortable taking a hit or two. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Because more than likely, you'll want to be able to take some hits. No matter how good of a player you are, you're going to take damage. That's just the truth of it. And yeah, this is why the map stops here. I don't know if there's a way to get down that way. I don't think that's an actual area you can reach. I think it's just there for design. But yeah. So, that's the reason this, as far as the map goes east, because this is as far as East Liurnia goes. Past this point, you're gonna need to go into the lake. We could check out the right side. And there's some more fire monks around. And as ever, row of fruit. Some of the great dragonfly heads. Yep. Alright. Note, the different colored water here is an indication that that water is now toxic. So, if you step onto it and into it, you want to be on Torrent. Torrent is immune to it, you are not. Torrent is immune to a lot of things and is extremely tough. You could not have asked for a better partner. Though it's interesting that this crab is just grabbing whatever this is and just shoving it into its mouth, just eating. And it would explain how it grew so large, but what could it possibly be eating? And note, there's a division. Pretty clear between what is East Liurnia and what comes beyond. And there's more of those fire monks. Wonder what they're doing the whole way out here. They're related, but they're related to the northern mountains. But what could possibly be out here that they could want? I mean, it's a legitimate question. And by that I mean, it's one I don't have a current answer to. I don't know what the monks want. I'm trying to figure that out. Because they want it so bad, they even have a set up a camp here. so they're not planning on leaving anytime soon. Man, this guy just will not take the hit. There we go. What do the monks want? The frogmen. The only things to bleed white. Beware the old blood. And in truth, in the greater scheme of the Soul storyline, I believe these are the source of the original old blood. Dexterity nut, crystal tier. That's exactly what it sounds like. Temporarily boost dexterity. Boosts one's dexterity. So, it's a nice damage buff for a temporary, for a bit. And there's another map of Liurnia straight ahead. But, as one might expect, heading straight is always a dangerous prospect. Well, there's another Lost Grace and the Boil Prawn Shack. Well, a rare sight, someone looking for some food.
What are you looking at? You trying to start something, mate?
No?
What the hell is wrong with you trying to start? Piss off.
Okay. Okay, well, we have nothing more here, apparently. Well, since that's the case, I suppose we should do our due diligence and check the other half of the map we got. So we'll head back to the lakeside. Let's see, 10,049. Okay, that should be enough. Yep. So we'll get a little more HP up on us. Alright. And we'll start checking the eastern part of Liurnia. Which, noteworthy, apparently has some panels that lead up back to the back of Stormvale Castle. An emergency escape from... Oh. And we're in a place where we can summon. Which usually means there's some nasty monster around. for a moment there. Well, we can keep exploring. We'll let those go. Nice. More Ateria flowers. And that should be 2 more gone. Nice. Just following the walls. Seeing if there's anything useful in them. So far, no. But yeah, looks like there's a way up to the backside of the castle there. Whether it's actually possible or not, well, we'd have to wait and see. Still, there's a vent to shoot us up. That was the upper part of this area. The lower. Oh, something's here. Oh, it's one of the squirts just spitting poison at us. Okay. A jellyfish. Alright. A couple jellyfish. Like we've said before, they're spiritual beings. They're not physical. And there's a cave. And what cave is this? Still water. Well, they say still waters run deep. Behold, poison. Well, at least that makes sense. Still waters will breed poison and toxins of many kind, depending on what lives there. And yeah, lots of poison. And someone as well. Cave, crystal cave moss. Yeah. Nope. Not a fake wall. Now, as far as... these big flowers. Still think magic liquid is our best. Let's see. No? No, these flowers are a little more aggressive. Let's see. Have enough smoldering to do some of them. They all use FP. Well, We can try chucking, see if that doesn't... So let's see. Yep. Yeah, they're definitely weak to fire. So as I said before, we need a source of fire to really make progress. In that case, let's get out of here for now. Still, thanks to these wonderful jellyfish, we now know that there was something there. And nice to know. Let's see. Squirts. More of them. They breed out poison, and would you believe they're actually weak to the stuff? That's the cute thing about the squirts. They're not actually major problems, but actually they are fairly vulnerable to poison themselves. Alright. So we could take the vent up. I think we will. Yeah. You can just largely ignore when the squirts go after you. Alright. And this brings us to yet another lost grace. And the backside of the road that's broken. Noble's slender sword. Lord swords. Narrow blade carried by wandering nobles, made to be easy to wield. Daubed with gold from tip to tail, it should fetch a good sum. So it's not much of a weapon, but it could sell for a good bit. And nobles with their backwards priorities. And yeah, it definitely wouldn't be possible to go up those tombs, but it seems like it might be possible to come down from it. Alright, crystal buds. Some knights. Some soldiers. Well, got a good payout for him. Though note, these soldiers are different. They're not wearing Godric's colors. They're wearing something else entirely. It looks almost like a bird with a sunburst around this frock. Well, we'll have to wait till we get it. Though it seems something greater is in our way at the moment. Alright. So, the chain broke, and this giant's just and everyone died, leaving it kind of just stranded doing whatever it can. Yeah. Yep. Wow. I have not stunned one of those, but I've not stunned a giant. Got it. And a question I hear people ask sometimes is like, well, how could those giants still be living with that big spike in them? Well, they aren't. In fact, a good amount of the people here are, of one kind or another, would be classified as undead. A tree spear. Golden spear with tree-like design, wielded by the knights employed as a palace guards in the royal capital of Lanedale. Deals holy damage. Requiring superior dexterity to wield, this great spear can perform consecutive thrust attacks despite its largest size. Yeah. Requires 18 faith, which, nope. And the silver firefly. So yeah, this is the other half of the broken bridge, where this one apparently this cart barely made it, but its giants slipped the leash and, well, they kind of just got stuck wandering around with nothing to do. Alright. Still, so we've cleared this out. There's still more to see. The road north winds quite a ways. Let's see. And here's where we get introduced to the defenses of this area. Okay. Golden Rune 6. Because Liurnia is ruled by the Academy of Raya Lucaria. Mages have created all sorts of tools and servants to assist them. In this particular case, a multi-armed automaton capable of firing bolts rapidly. Thankfully, because they're automatons, they're not particularly noteworthy. The Cuckoo Glintstone. A lump of broken glintstone enwreathed with magic power. A faux sorcery used by the Knights of the Cuckoo. Craftable item. Launch straight ahead using FP, a magic bolt springs forth from point of impact. So it's portable magic for those who can't actually use magic. A fallback for those not as capable as the actual sorcerers. Where Godric's men armed themselves with fire bombs from whatever they could find. It's clear that these, in here, they're a little more armed and well taken care of. But they are still automatons. Yep. Alright. Yeah. The problem with the dogs is once they get a combo going, the other one follows up. There we go. Yep. And just be aware. By and large, Liurnia doesn't have as much individual, like there's not an overall arching story so much as it plays into the greater narrative. So just be aware. Alright. Nice. More Stormhawk feathers. Makes sense. Soldiers would prize those greatly. Between their capability for arrows. Yeah. Regular soldiers would love this stuff. And this gets us a little better view of the road ahead. Excuse me. And there are ruins. Yeah. And there's a path on either side, and looks like a path down. So, there's many ways to go. And it's good to know. After all, Liurnia... Nice. But yeah. Liurnia as an area is interesting in the fact that it is basically hard split. And it's, I guess, what you would call the definition of contested territories, let's say. The reason is the main owners of this area would be the Academy of Raya Lucaria, who have put a seal on their door and basically said they're not getting involved. Meaning, by and large, you could probably run through this area. This marks Melania's southward march, the blade of Miquella and her clean-wrought knights. Grant her wings never to be clipped. So it's from here she went south into... So this is where she stood when she went south into Limsgrave, defeating Godric, and then moving east. So then she moved east until we saw the end of the battle between her and Radagon. No, despite this one pointing us in a direction, these don't. This east side is not pointing us anywhere in particular. Is it because we're too far, or is there something else about this area? One would wonder. The puppets, yes. So the puppets have been taken control of. And it's the ghost of a noble, so the puppets would... I imagine what happened is something caused the puppets to turn on their masters. One would immediately think maybe there was some infighting among the mages in the academy, but... Well, without getting in there, we won't have a clue. And here we go. This is the way to another catacomb. Okay, so down that way. I believe this is another path that's lined with ambushes from these micro guys. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure though. Yep. I was pretty sure. Yeah, they're chasing us, but Torrent is faster. Yep. And there they poisoned us. There we go. And down here, just a somber smithing stone. A rare item, but nothing too exceptional. And yeah. Trying to remember, because because the catacomb is just kind of... yeah. I'm trying to remember exactly where it wound up being. Yeah, these guys don't tend to expect you to come from behind. Yep. Nope. Sorry, guys. Not gonna happen. Yeah. Let's see. Really trying to remember. Yeah, it's been a little bit. Don't remember every catacomb. As I say, I don't think it's a drop-down thing. Nope, well, they're poisons. But that's why I made so many of these. Because at the end of the day, they just work out better. Yeah, unfortunately for you, buddy. Tarnished golden sunflowers. Good attempt, good jump. Good air. Oh, ow. Alright. Nice. There we go. That cleaned most of them out. But yeah. Yeah, these little guys are all over the place. I believe that one in particular you have to go back to the lake. So in the meantime, we'll just keep looking around. Leave the turtles alone. More sunflowers. I don't even remember what they're used for. Yeah, I just mostly sell them anyway. Alright, more white wolves. Huh. Looks like there's something on top of that ruin. Yep, a mated pair of white wolves. Nice. And just more beast blood. And the regular wolves. Yep. Nothing too miraculous. Seems like there's also a tower up here. Or at least on the far end. So on the other side... Well, we're over here for the now, so the best thing we can do is keep exploring. More wolves. Looks like this is a way back from over there. Or at least a way over here from the other side. More white wolves. And how about up here? No, it doesn't look like it's much of anything. Lots of root resin, herbs, crystal buds, and graves, and a big nasty crab. And we'll go around it for the time being. I mean, it's just a giant crab. It can't have any major significance, right? A tibia mariner. Another one of those big boat guys. Starlight shards. Alright, doesn't seem like there's much here. Just a guy in his boat. And doesn't seem like it's going to be really worth it. So we'll leave it be for right now. But what we're after, if I remember right, that gold knight. Gold the color of Lane-Dell. So very likely quite a dangerous one. But another shack. Alright. The artist's shack. The resurrection painting. Note that the colors become dimmer and sort of fade after we touch it. As if we're absorbing something from them. No. At the very least, we can go introduce ourselves. Ooh. That hurt. Yep. Wasn't kidding. two-shot us. Alright. Yeah, having the extra speed helps. Ow. Screw you for that cheap shot, by the way. Oh man, that hurts. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is an actual Knight of Lindell. This guy is one of the real powerhouses. I want to make that clear because I want you to understand. Think about the fact that this is one guy version. This is merely one of the knights. Yeah. Like his... Damn. Yeah. That ridiculous headpiece notwithstanding, this guy is definitely one of those. Yeah, no. I mostly just wanted to make sure you guys have an idea of what the real thing is like. He was dispatched from Lindell. There's a reason that the capital has some of the best soldiers out there. Alright. And he's still on my trail, but that's fine. Thankfully, torrent means we will be fast enough. And of course since we can't handle that, let's try handling something a little more. Our pace. We should be able to handle the Tibia Mariner. Where'd he go? There he is. Of course he ran the second. Seriously? Did he really just teleport to the other end? These guys are such a pain. Yeah, there he is. He ran away the whole way over here. Alright. There we go. Nice damage. And he ran away again. Yeah. Alright. Nice. Nice. And we'll go after the Tibia Mariner again. Because, yeah, he's just going to keep summoning these idiots. They mean nothing. Like, I don't mean that cruelly. I mean literally. To the Tibia Mariner, they mean nothing. They're just here to waste our time and resources. Weaken us. Alright. So let's see, where did he go? That's there. Yeah, you don't. Ay, ay, ay. Come here. Okay. Yep. Go ahead. Yep. Yep. Go ahead. Ow. Okay, so we lost our buddy. Wow. Okay. I know he can. Yep. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Nope. Alright. Yeah, might as well use up my magic. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Nope. Getting the hell away from that because what's about to happen. There we go. And they all fall down. Nice. Another death root. And the skeletal bandit ashes. Nice. Alright. So we reached the artist shack. Liurnia Highway North. Suppose that's as good a place as any to take our rest and level up. So, yeah. Get some more HP. Spells. We still have the Glint Blade Phalanx. Glintstone Stars. Crystal Burst we've not tried out, so we can try that. And where am I thinking of? There's one place I want to grab while we're here. Okay, I believe it's on the western coast. So what we'll do... Alright. Now here's something unique. It looks like a giant face of a statue that had pumps and metal working. Huh. And it was fighting with the statues? And as we can see here, the soldiers are fighting with these spirits. Now, truth be told, these giant stone faces here were from the fire monks. Ow. Just keep running. So the Gate Town Bridge. So this broken bridge here used to be the way into town. A town that has long since started to sink from neglect. I imagine there were sorceries that kept it afloat, but they don't exist anymore. I imagine this whole area was built up to lead to... Well... It no longer does. It's now overrun with these... This is the town of the Academy Gate, how you would get there. Note that it's all sunk. And it's overrun with these fishmen. And the map I was looking for. The north part of Liurnia. But note, that's not everything. Unless there's a sudden drop-off, it looks like there's even more to the west. And in truth, there is. I basically really just want to get the maps of Liurnia, so we get a greater scale of how big this place is. Because yes, it is huge. Let's see. So we need to get a clearer view. Yep, so we just need to keep heading west. So for now, we'll just push on. Because understanding how big Liurnia will give you a scale of just how big this game is. And what all you have to expect. I'm trying to weave around any well-known threats I know of, or major points. Though the mist hides much. For example, that tower in the distance is yet another place. And I'm merely looking for the map. Because trust me folks, there is a lot here. And even more. And more. Another minor herb tree. Yeah, they haven't forgot about me yet. There we go. Okay, so it's not to the south, it's probably more to the north. But, let's see. Don't want to head towards that, because the minor herb trees are always protected by those big tree avatars. Tower. Yeah, no, there's just... Liurnia is a massive area to explore. Goats. Goat. And the minor tree guardians. land octopus. And a misbegotten. All the way out here. And another. All killed. The fact that we've been knocked off our horse means there's someone here. Invaded by Edgar the Revenger. Edgar, who helped us slay the Leonid Misbegotten. Nope, that didn't do much to him. That didn't either. He is quite tough. So... Indeed. Yep. Well, we knew he was quite a warrior. Actually a little unique. I think, is he left-handed? I think so. Got him. Oof. Yeah, but I paid for it. I don't think I'm gonna get this one. Yeah, no. Yep. Probably believes this is the end of Edgar's story. Edgar probably believes it's our fault that we killed his daughter. Probably on purpose. Probably believes that we're one of the targets that he should be taking revenge on. Oh. Yeah, lots of lobsters here. Lobsters suck for two reasons. One, they're about as annoying as the crabs in the fight. And second, even if you run away from them, if they've seen you, they're probably going to get at least one hit on you. Because they have a long-range projectile they can spit of water. And trust me, that thing has a stupid level of accuracy. So... just be aware, lobsters suck. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, with Raya Lucaria taking itself out of everything and trying to enforce its own sense of neutrality, these Albinarics have all but taken over most of the lake. But what are they looking for? There's a lot of instances of mentioning these Albinarics, the fishmen, as being... they're the second generation of them. But yeah, the reason you see the Misbegotten is because that's what he's been killing. And to Edward, everyone who He's basically lost his mind in grief, believing that we killed his daughter to some level. And maybe there's a way to save her that we haven't discovered yet. I know a lot of people have tried, done all sorts of weird stuff to try and get it. Alright. And another jail. The Cuckoo's Evergold. Another one of those singing bats. Nope, still nothing so far. But yeah, just to give you an idea, I mean, we still haven't seen the whole of the northern part. And that's where the map is likely going to be. More jellyfish. Lots of jellyfish. And and there we go, Phantom Giants. These gold-colored spirits. Ow. Okay. We'll take the other road. See if that leads us further north. Because that was a dead end, ending in a military base. Though it does look like it leads south a little other ways. And yeah. A headless giant. The 4 belfries. Not what we're after. We saw this from a distance, but... okay, not what we're after. Oi, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt! A giant capable of casting spells. No, thank you. We'll come back to him another day. Alright. Alright. So this wasn't the way. Let's see. Ah, there is a lost grace, so we're at least not too far. So yeah, it probably was the left side. Oh. Now, we've not touched these, so something else has set off these ones. But we're best to just give them a wide berth. No point biting off more trouble than we need to. Alright, and I don't believe this is the same. No, this is the same camp. We just came at it from a different angle. Oi! And another convoy, protecting another weapon. Yeah, we're no interest in them, though. We'll leave it be. Another knight. Yep, so just straight ahead. I believe it's the final map of Liurnia. Land octopus. Boy. Yep, there it is. So we'll grab that. West Liurnia. Yes. Yep. Alright. Now I wanted the maps to give you an idea. This is all Liurnia of the Lakes. I've barely scratched the surface of this place, and just look at it. It's huge. And there are tons of places and all sorts of things to explore. With that said, if we come around here, I think we get access to... yeah. The King's Realm ruins, but we also meet we also get to meet someone. A giant.
Well, look at you. We don't receive many visitors. I presume you are tarnished? What brings you here? Oh, pardon me. It's hardly my place to ask, is it? I am E.G., a blacksmith who once served the Carian royals. An old codger who refuses to retire his rusty hammer. So here I am, still quietly plying my trade on this spot. Perhaps you'd like a display? These bones are old, but still able.
So yes, he sells somber smithing stones. He strengthens. So, for example, getting our claws up. Alright. So that's getting better. Please take care.
Oh, watch out there. When I'm absorbed in my smithing, I lose sight of all else. If you come too close, I'm apt to cause you harm. I am, after all, terribly large compared to you, Tarnished. You don't know how hard it is not to break anything while I work.
Indeed. Good to know. We'll be careful around you, E.G.
Brave Tarnished. A word of warning, if you please.
Oh?
This territory once belonged to the Carian royal family. Their manor lies not far beyond this point. When the Raya Lucaria Academy turned on the Carians, the Knights of the Cuckoo descended on this tract. After leveling it, they carried on to the manor. The Carians were taken off guard, but their strength had not waned, and they repelled the Knights' onslaught by conjuring an enchanted snare that remains potent to this day. That is why I say, Tarnished, don't go near the manor, unless you wish to lie with the corpses of the heedless Knights of the Cuckoo.
By the way, Blade sent me.
Blythe actually did that, did he? Quite a rare occurrence for such a guarded soul as he.
Indeed.
Perhaps he sensed something unusual about you. At any rate, if you're friendly with Blythe, I've something else that might suit you.
Oh?
I've explained of the enchanted snare. Whatever you do, brave tongue.
Okay.
I've of the enchant. Whatever you.
Ah, there it is. Carrion Filigree Crest. Lowers the FP consumed by skills. An honor said to have once been awarded to Carrion knights who served as direct retainers to the kingdom's princesses. Now there's only one princess, Rani, daughter of Renala. So, next time we have 5,000 runes, that might be a good item to get. Cheap skills come in handy. And yes, he's not kidding about that trap. It's a pretty lethal one, too. I don't have any major runes, so we'll die to it once just to show it off. Yep! That. Triggers anytime you go near. You basically need a good mix of personal fortitude as well as pushing as good luck. It gets a little easier when you're closer, when you're on your way through, but for now. Though it's worth noting, they are pushing you this way. And what's interesting about that fact is, well, Raya Lucaria is here. Why are the Guidance of Grace pushing us past it? Almost as if, in the same way. Castleward Tunnel is the last time you see the actual Guidance of Grace. Past that point, you're just wandering around. Anyway, we'll be heading back soon, because now that we have a full measure of what Liurnia has. There is one other thing I was looking for, and I've run past it, I believe. Oh, it was at the back there. Okay. Foot of the Four Belfries. Because if it's where I think it is, I just ran past it and forgot about it. Because I think what I'm looking for is there? We'll see, though. We'll ignore the singing bat for now. Note, what's interesting is these stone guardians, these little eye pillars, you know there's no reference to them anywhere in the game. They just exist. But what's interesting about them is that they do their duty even when it's no longer pointed. There's no point to it. Oh, crap. We're by Edward. Alright. I was just trying to cut through. Yeah, don't really care, Edward. Sorry, buddy, but you made your choice. Yep. Oh no, that's the pillar. I'm sincerely trying to remember where that temple is. Yep, Edgar's returned to his world. So no, that's the tower. There's a temple I'm trying to think of. Hmm. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna look it up real quick, because this is one of those just generally useful places. Um... Where is it? Oh, okay. I was on the wrong shore. That's where it is. Okay. Okay. Now I know where it is. Here we go. Thought it was on the west, it's actually on the east. It's this spot right here. Let's see. Yeah, easy path is to take across from here. And another location where you're going to find lots of these fire slugs and smoldering butterflies. Yep. Which is interesting that the fire slugs seem to be a kind of crop almost, being raised by. Either way. And here we are. The place I wanted to get to and make sure I have access to. Because, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Turtle Pope.
You're tarnished, aren't you?
Yes.
I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
I don't know. They don't give us an option.
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria.
Interesting.
Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Yes. This is one of the reasons I wanted to come here, because this Muriel can teach you both incantations and sorcery, and will take any book you have. So the Academy Scroll.
What have we here? Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined.
Interesting. The fire monks.
Oh, what have we? Very well, let us... Heresy is not all things.
And the Godskin.
Oh, what? Very well, let us... Heresy is not all things.
So yeah, he will teach you about anything you wish. So, and the incantations. So yeah, none of these, actually, Surge O' Flame actually only requires 9 faith. That's kind of funny. Black Flames require more just solid faith. And then Blessing's Boon. The giant's flame still smolders upon the distant northern mountaintop, and the fire monks are its guardian. The giant's flame is the flame of ruin, capable of burning the Erd Tree, and so, following the war against the giants, its ruinous blaze was sealed, and guardians were appointed to watch over it. Black Flame is a weighty. After dealing damage, it continues to sap the foe's HP for a short time. Yep. And sorceries, Swift, Great, Magic Glint Blade, which we already have, Carian Greatsword, yep. Sorcerers gain strength of knights, their loyalty sworn to the moon. What do you know about Radagon, the one who married the head of Rea Lucaria?
You wish to know more of Lord Radagon. Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renala to return to the Erd Tree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
What about Renala?
You wish to know more of Lady Renala. She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library.
Indeed.
You know, know, it's said that Lord Radigan harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radigan's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radigan's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Indeed.
You know, it's said that Lord Fame, when he glimpsed the... And as such...
And Renala?
In the end, Lady Renala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radigan bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire.
Indeed. So be careful when trying to break your bonds. A gold sewing needle and golden tailoring tools. And a tone if you've killed or harmed someone and you want to find absolution, if it's possible, this is where you could do it. But that is not always the case. As you can see, we couldn't atone for what we've done to Edward. After all, even with the power of the gods, you can't bring the dead back to life. Death is death. And we'll deal with that some other day. For now, though, we've picked up a whole lot of maps and a whole lot of territory to cover. So, we'll take care of it little by little. But I think this is a good place to start for now. So, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, back on my bullshit about Elden Ring, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.